numbers, the war of numbers. Who is right? Bank of Ghana, NBC, the government on one side, and a minority also on the other side. Anyway, does the figures matter when they are bad rules? Figures, what does that got to do with no bed syndrome? Figures, am I rent a boba form? Figures, a then yeah, a demaye. We've always had these things on paper, but in reality, we are suffering. Some of the discussions have been so, and the war of the numbers, and no ebe so. Na fe ya share Ramsar site demolition. Why NSA blaming? Why should we allow people to build? What was the authorities doing? Obi anyone no ma or share their ecosonoso. Engineers in the one and more permits. We and Sebia ye baby sebisa and Honsen. Then finally, Obi answer womb is a slogan. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia NMA Committee for NPP Policy Committee at the main rivals or no more call a year presidential election and as a primaries, our committee. So we'll see the positives of this movement at Basso. Nemom yenina yenim se ewiano sese se de ebo ewo wiase no ano eyedin. Sese nso ye site ti se se hantavirus bi nso enenam wiem yempese ebeto eti de obeya ne se protect ho. Ewia na ebo o shantare coat bebrebe no ebe hawo. Shatare amframa ebe fa wo ho. Ye kasa sunshine they very good for us but I don't trust obako ginam na obeyare. Eti efit na ko no mesre nkankan na ewia na anobe de nanso pataria ebe suit the weather. Men dress it to please anybody. Whether no anoye din. Uni bibi aya me pacho aya no ahye dem. Obetumi go out 1 or 2 bi akwakohwe de so ye nanso bomodin na hye dem. Nana osi ahen at the sports bebro Samson na CJ Winters and so at the entertainment news bebro Blacko waye bibia. Yes, his sacrifice. So say whenever you have trouble, what do you have to do? Call on Jesus. And he did, and he's won it all. Way and a so and emra minu mienu yenyina ye dialogue to find solution to the problems facing our dear country. Now say no. Yabehwe si ebenya futu sembi ede awo abo yabraba. Mpembe bre no aya na mpenifo bi kase. When a nation pardons its criminals faster than it rewards its heroes, what it is doing is it is teaching the next generation that corruption is not a crime, but it's a career. Very simple. Se oman bia no otena ho na se nkrofo ye bone ye de ache omo because of political colors omo sha they will capture the next generation they come Gen Z no and say corruption is not a crime but it is a career. Eye adwuma ye oh oye den onya sika eno ye ndwen hu se obokro no so fraud obi ye ndwen hu ni nyina ne se wanya sika no why no so ne defend it. You're defending no, all that you are doing is you are encouraging others to follow suit. Yes, you are encouraging others to follow suit. And when it happens, the is in the same. So no, when the system is bad or the system appears wrong to those who don't benefit, yes. But when they benefit, they will do everything in their power to defend it. As to why you cannot tell. As to why you cannot tell. The point is this. Wrong is wrong. And good will reward. Dear ye and a see it be a way no. Can who say ochena wo obeyi anu. And witi bomodin na ye nyina ye dear yes said the man ebetu empon. Now say wufi Accra anase Kumasi eba Accra. Make sure say where did he? You have enough water with you in your car or bus. If you say it will not take you less than 8 hours, sawobeba. Ye bisa say, abinda dano eye bypasses, esiakwa, osino, enyinem, konongo, enyiresi, enkoko dia wohodida. Aka 38% na ye wie. Abanfufuri ba no osidabi, or ye 6-lane express road. Fresh. Edifi Accra to beat the time of traveling to Kumasi or Kumasi to Accra down by about maybe 20-40 minutes. Yes. The Yebisa anopa ini say, does it make sense? Say Aka 38, now also Costatia fresh. That will take us 3 years to complete. Do we have to endure? We the ekosu. Mijidi says it's getting worse because cars ne do na edoso. Do we have to endure this for the next 3 years? And sana ewie ni road nana. Ye nyina yebisa ye ho. Enema bebre esi wo krom ha no ma sebe aya na yebisa se etisen. Yenhwe yehwe ma Volta River no through Suga Kope akobopum. Na ekobopum a yejai ma fresh water na akobopum. Volumes, millions of water eko akobopum. Ye wie a na yakosi plant onungwa say ye still sea water. So William Shakespeare a poem about Ghana. Me sure sad someone can say, "Oh, Mother Ghana, insanity is thy name." Oh yes, because some of these things you hear it and you ask yourself, what is wrong? Here's Sagleme housing project, and then Akemrem. To continue, it may cost double the figure ye market for the project. Why is it so? Multi-purpose sports complexes are former government in Estate. Akemurem. Does it make sense? Yes, Uncle Stadium for. What is wrong? Agenda 11 hospitals, Akaho. It looked like Obiaba, he wants to start something without completing what was started. Let's think about these things. On mine, governance is not an event, it is a process. We will not end with this government or the next government. Obiaba obey be near the atwaso. Yembo modern said the biano, a beboa ama yamai etu empong. Country first. Eno ena here. Enche Nana Kofi and Ponsa Usiahine at the sports bebrain. And Ra Arsenal, they left it too late, but they got that 3 point that is so much needed for the title race. And Ra, the atmosphere was charged at our London Stadium. Yamecha the Africa Athletics Championship and so Basso our Ghana Legon. Now one a year we are Senekasa Debia Okasa, you said let your words be seasoned with salt. Let your words encourage others. A pia ye to a year Boteman project any Legon for Africa Games. And the same venue and ye kwako use for this championship. Assuming yanya and kadeni bisi. Well, we'll talk about these things. Nemo no yanda ye mo yeba Nana Kofi Amponso Siahine eba with sports. You welcome back from that short break. It's time for sports with Nana Kofi Amponsa Osi Ahine. And no result in there, I am moved there. So many days. I can't find me. Obesre. Hey. Oh, that be me come as them keke. So now you're done for the no. Elikem.
We also for your Kumasi. The nation's prophet.
The nation's prophet.
If there's a dark way,
yeah.
And no more preacher na obu baby na kwanaka say okwakuo bibi say no say ntimi na yoko koda but na Arsenal ye adwuma for once and now the rate at which more dead them for now to that minute na movie adwuma no that was super and I mean we say would be busy when so na say we were a lot of backing.
Yeah.
I think that for once, there are lots of people crying on more wishes say Arsenal in winning league, you know.
And I think said,
and I think that alone, no, And so my team no. And the team itself, the playing body, and now after the game, me share team in the dressing room like the original back players in no. When we say yes, the players like I say we say I was some fight hard for that massive followers now. Or more so I think say it's all good for Arsenal. It's good to be an Arsenal fan at this moment. Very good.
Very good, very good. Key point in that fixture and as a match, was the VAR decision.
Okay.
And commentator Nekraka said, "Yebeka wasem ochina, bosome infie bebe nyina." To me, there was Obeka say rugby.
Okay.
Obeka say American football.
Yes.
OBSOBmu, the traffic, everything was chaotic. But then, I'm said player nonsa edda goalkeeper no so nanka esu yin intem.
Yes.
I'm sure say and a goalkeeper no so for me autoform softly and kese otumi yaso mu de obi ho account bank so punch ball but that was the turning point say West Ham for the first time in the history of football.
Yes.
Tottenham Hotspur celebrate Arsenal win.
Wow.
Say aboa obi amane aboa obi.
Okay.
Nana.
Yes.
My Ensaka Sports.
All right. Yama kwa babrasi na sort of sport and pay and twas so Net2 TV the dialogues here live on Facebook, live on YouTube and Net2 TV GH na yenin come and now me no ka say and Africa Alexis Championship no ye bomode na ye prepare kwemu for the competition itself to start ye china ewo Legon Sports Stadium. The entire continent ni nyina ene wa be hia ewo Ghana hasia omu nyina wa be du Ghana hasi itiene ena opening ceremony no musician Stoneboy e make sure say grand so be ye she at 5 p.m. ewo Legon Sports Stadium. Intino the only place to be between now 17th of this month no Legon Sports Stadium. Yenko na yenko supporto ye Benjamin Azamatino mo Rashid Saminu no mo ene Edwin Gadayi no ne other guys na Kenya William Ponsa no nyina yenko taw machi because o my crowd say o me fight hard e make sure say Ghana Franca no ebeko ne nimti ena opening ceremony no eba so 5 p.m. ewo Legon Sports Stadium ti ora ba of Seni ene the entire team na make sure say grounds no I crowd to host the entire continent and adwins no musician Stoneboy be adwuma no na dwumade awepent wenin kakra kwaso ewo the world of athletics. Now yan switch to the Blasters. Yewo 31 days pepe na World Cup no e chassis ewo US, Canada and Mexico. Ghana be first game ewo Toronto, Canada. Na coach Carlos Queiroz akasa akra ehye ye boys no enkran say competition a eso mene so no competition a one also play be a discipline, 2 also play be a focus, 3 also play be a show total sacrifice, 4 also play be a it will deliver at that big stage. Lastly, no time for any excuses. And see, these are a statement coach Carlos Queiroz to just say in the next 30 days no Ghana first game will happen Toronto. It's therefore no these are the mindset of per se play a beer at this moment. Coach Carlos Queiroz is no it take it to the social media handles na on ne woman nyina a share what happen the Blasters camp. Now let's talk about the Black Princess team now, okay, because I'm also secure 8 World Cup qualification over the weekend our Kampala na nika akona because last weekend our crying we need by 2-1 inti Capito Linda Owusu ebo corner kick straight to the goal post. It was just super. The rate at which that young girl at that age, enya dream say me to corner kick in straight into the goal post no. It was just super. It ball ye Black Princess team no abaso so me to secure the 8th World Cup qualification or more Poland next year for that important tournament, you know. It's on screen now, yeah, that important goal now. You know about say straight corner kick straight to the goal post. It was just super to watch your captain Linda Usu on that day. Good say yamano abedugan hante mo nyina akwa ba se akwa mo odene na mo secure this important World Cup qualification for the nation. Now let's talk about Ghana Premier League because enra match the 32 games in Ecoso all the centers has a folk draw against Ediana Stars. Into after that games, you know, Krobia Sunya win over 11 Wonders by 2-0. It just stand now in the Medium are still early day less standings, you know, with 59-pointer games in Ecoso in a GPO. Over the weekend, you celebrate May 9th, okay? That was a bad incident this year, 21 years ago. Accra Sports Stadium. Hasselfolk Asante Kotoko. It was a disaster. Ye nyina ye mpese ebibe sen SCBO. Nora Herbert Mensah na ono ye Kotoko CEO den. Na wakasa Accra. Ye nti Herbert Mensah na ye metos.
The ball way off target. They're not even close.
I tell you what,
He forces the goalkeeper into a save.
if Waya was clinical, he should have been unfair.
And what was Waya thinking?
In the stadium. It is a moment that changed my life forever. It takes little things to bring about tragedy. You cannot imagine that at a football match, one spark could lead to such disaster. One event leads to another event that leads to another event. It is not as though the two sides were fighting, or Hearts supporters and Kotoko supporters were fighting. No. The match was over. People were not happy with the officiating. They reacted. The tear gas that then followed was unnecessary and badly managed. The gate at the bottom of the stadium was locked. How do I know? Because as I left the VIP, as I've said on many occasions, at the calling of supporters who said, "Chairman, please come, Chairman, please come. People are dying." And rushing across to that side of the stadium and realizing that the bodies were choked and going back down the steps to the other side and seeing that the gate was locked. So occurred in the stadium.
So Herbert Mensah and Omaya Bakosamakra this year, 25 years ago, one crime between Hasselfolk and Kotoko, that disaster, CBO, and a home come by over the weekend. Now, Yenko Europe because of time, okay? So, and right now, big game, Barcelona, El Clasico, Barca 2, Madrid 0. Marcus Rashford, a super free kick. You enjoy that highlights name it was. So a classical highlight akana the amount now EPL games course over the weekend. They come and say Liverpool Chelsea give me and they 1-1. United Edra against Sunderland. Then also Arsenal as a West Ham by a good to know. To enjoy some highlight that happened over the weekend. EPL on the
It's an absolute beauty.
I just think it's the sheer power. It's not right in the top corner. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock it down, but it's a hell of a hit.
Oh, it's a clever ball in a 10!
And now Karu Matoma. Ran into João Gomez, but it runs to the Kuiper. The Kuiper's ball into arriving! Ball inside the 6-yard box. Lewis Dunk back in the team and back with a bang. Minter, Ruta, that's nice from Brighton. Mosquera brings him down, but Ruta gets back to his feet. The danger's still not clear. It's Minter! There's your end product. And there's your 3 points.
Now, the Brazilian has it at his feet. Rayan taking aim and firing Bournemouth into the lead. He's at it again, Rayan. 3-3 for him. Doku. Back for more, Jeremy Doku. Oh, and he's done it beautifully. Semenyo. First the pace away from Lewis Potter. Haaland coming in. Haaland finds a way. Mamouche, 3. That does the job nicely for City. Chukwu shapes to bend one, Spilts and buried! McGinn with the Villa corner. Met by Barkley, and this one does find the back of the net. It's found Dolly.
All right, so we're some highlights of the games that course over the weekend. You know, Ashivi and Abi, if we share inside 90 minutes, 6 p.m. More about that to about Arsenal goalkeeper Raya. In fact, Golden Globe Award in there, yeah, the man can say because 18 clean sheets. No, it's just super. Oh, see, league na Arsenal edge, you know, and yes, say or more generous kill. The la performance they are attached to it. For your goalkeeper to keep 18 clean sheets, no, that is super. It does Arsenal for until the mame league table no. Na yenhwe how anema ekoso in the EP, okay, because Arsenal ewo 79 points and Man City ewo 74. Between the two a 5-point gap. But Man City one game ewo so but didn't you know Arsenal 2 games I can against Burnley against Crystal Palace there. Arsenal here just a win to lift the title no. Until that is what is happening as far as this competition is concerned. Now, in the world of table tennis, okay, weekend DL London and International Table Tennis Federation World Championship in the London. The final game now was between Japan and China, both men and women. But China for now, if you need the competition, in fact, you will enjoy table tennis. What? Just say, it was just super to watch these two Asian teams, no? Japan and China. What? Ghana koye but ye no say na ye pese yedu. Okay, but we nyina na ya na eboa ema yikusua na ema hodo fi oba. Enti you love what happened over the weekend or tennis. Enti that is what happened kakra na pay, you know. Enti China for no ye crown champions for a free world championship happy here London. Yenwie with Shakira. Shakira is in the news because ya enter World Cup here. Now or the new World Cup song no Abba. You just love Shakira. From 2006, 2010, 2014, now she's back in the news. What then, mommy, my enjoy kakra nyako. Just 30 seconds na yako. Wadama. okay we Shakira okay wo share ne dancers na obia represent one nation each atade na shom no ebia represent the 48 nations na take part in the World Cup no from Brazil to Ghana to South Africa to Argentina, all the nations they take part in the upcoming World Cup no obia Jesse and they say these dancers are Shakira released the latest FIFA World Cup bason. So this is going to be the official song ebesun during the World Cup. And I was happy say me who say Ghana Jesse also was highly represented in these Shakira so Ediababon. You know, you can't wait. Your 31 more days to the World Cup. You know, home come on at 6 p.m. inside 90 minutes. Open again say
yes.
Me do see
Shakira Mundi, honestly.
Yes.
The performance there.
Yes.
The energy.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
The twists and turns.
Yeah.
I say Odigada or my pass or twerky ball. No, that's something.
I got too much to the way.
Oh,
So
main can't just Shakira and I make an answer. Main carbon. I just know so far they are now for say I appeal to you.
Oh, me a Ghanaian. And see
you Ghana lens if you
okay. So me lens if you are na Salam I'm a Ghanaian. And I think say ye yellow just no super. Aside that no, people will be able to win the competition there. I'll go for the Argentine just because of Lionel Messi.
Yes. Okay. Me momo there. Aya MPP colors no.
Okay.
E bibe mo aya na mefa. Ntia na France, but France there no. Enye colorful. So simple.
Okay.
But yellow there a brighty and we wish say Blasters be brighty our World Cup no na e dey no nyam e dey abre and me gidi say the players will do the needful said you put Ghana on the map. Athletics no said na opening ceremony. Na what is a Stone Boy and a perform. Wow. Oma Black one could be.
That one maybe I'll be part of the closing one.
Okay.
He's the current champ in Ghana now.
Oh yes.
Musicians say what Ghana nyina no.
Omo hin.
Ono ya dey pass obi we tinye bi eni ho.
Dabi.
We tinye bi eni ho no. Black will be in action maybe office bia closing a ceremony no. By net dey a Stone Boy dey.
Yes, Stone Boy nyom ne dey ya na dey ba ko ne dey shake no. Aya ne to no. Aya ono how to me to dey.
Yeah.
CJ by baby sir.
Of course.
Nana, that was sports with Nana Kofi Amponsa Osi Ahine. Emra so say ebeda one near the entertainment day abro maka. The new king of showbiz in Ghana is Blacko. The Kwaku the traveler. He's had a long journey, but long lasts. A pay. And Kwaku the traveler is artist of the year. Sacrifice one big on top of the morning. Charlie Blacko, you do all. You're down here, bar. CJ Winters is next with entertainment. You welcome back. It's time for entertainment and Sadia Medika Kano Blacko Kwaku from Pon, the traveler. CJ, birthday girl. You promised us today. And I'm waiting.
Hey.
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay. And yes, I said, I said, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yati. Always try to keep your promise. Anyway,
Baba Munsu.
Yadasi. Nyakopon shall no nya okese.
Amen.
The ohwe bia nyakopon onfema.
Amen.
Onkoso no shall sa.
Amen.
Mibisa your favorite music artist in Ghana.
Maybe I'm just here.
We dey say wo hanoma wo obi a. Me say dey Blacko. And
because of them, it has been Blacko and I say and then I stand a duty na be Blacko.
That be and for example, we do have a Rihanna pe and Abana Basketball say we need pa fani you know na so mate. Or honestly, me share sacrifice or performing or BBC. That was something and I know say no.
Apani you good.
Oh, you good. But me momo there, I Kenata Blacko say there. Kenata Blacko.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Kenata and Blacko no mumu too ne hina. Is it still Blacko or Kenata?
Kenata.
Okay.
Until they can order me.
Oh, they be we are say we are na Miss Manka Media show.
Okay, Martin.
Cause me case see no yem kula show.
Sawa.
Bam.
Okay. Ebi na pabubu, don't worry. Yeah, sure. Then I soon.
Okay,
Music
so
awards over the weekend.
Exactly,
that was big news.
Very big news. You know, definitely. You know, you become some part of it, and I say some vital, you know, part of it. No, and one you become one pay on the dialogue. I mean, for. I mean, mamu now cover on the dialogue, and pay na weekends. Now, how was it? Mine. Oh, super great, super great. Right. Okay. I really enjoyed my weekend and I hope you guys too enjoyed yours too, right? Sanko ye krana I feel na yashe week na sintina. Whatever thing it is, no. No fear no ma be fine. Oh no see anu anu na wasia. Akbena ma CJ Winter sending with you. Na anope you know said ya na eka no ampa artist of the year the 27th edition of TGMAs. Ninyina enkombre nyina na ye nipa obenya artist of the year no.
That was the main thing.
Exactly. Now, Blacko cried. It's shocking because Blacko no. Yansha da anti Kasane say, "Ebia, chale."
Wasn't in the conversation.
No. Was it even? It was last week that I was even saying, say, "Apa say artist of the year category no. Onipa." Omo kasapa na kwakoye medical and when she has so many part two no and na age no almost so because Blacko crampo e can say some of them are when they say crampo na kama good because or your bia she deserves it wa boy juma why are they no them man cry ankeye eti say attention is switched from him cry say oh Blacko day hey.
Yeah. The sacrifice song, the way I trended.
Sacrifice
that was something. I mean,
he's just another guy.
Yes,
Blacko is just another guy. Yes.
He had trouble. He called on Jesus, and he answered.
He surely did.
Nominees for the artist, you know, so controversy as usual.
Oh, I said, I say, oh, yeah, shut down and say, he doesn't deserve it, and Obia just say Blacko has worked it out, and if he wins,
that's fine.
Yes. But now, now no more say anka ebeti na papa ye when the shade. Be brain as say no more say anka be when the shade at least. Cause one so why are they pa when home day pa too late say said the buffer be internationally. You know, different artists from different countries. So said they no more jumping on it, no more collaborating idea. So people were thinking, say, oh, why are they? But it don't know. Why are they?
But last minute, you know, Sir Blacko knew me top of the morning. And no, now I say at the be and you know the people
and the waves, no, waves, no. But Blacko, congratulations to you. So let's go on our screens and have a sweet scent from Blacko.
And the artist of the year 27 is Black Sherry.
So the 100K, we want the 100K for R&J. And then we want the listening for Bona Board. Yes, sir. We share the money and the listening for here right now. Second, thank you so much for my people. I appreciate you guys, man. I tell you guys every day. God bless you. And thank you to everybody who listened. Thank you to my mom. Thank you to my dad. Thank you to the whole gang. Thank you to you watching TV. Thank you to you seeing me right now on your TV. I love you. May God bless you. Keep listening. I can't say I love you enough. I will continue the program. And the music is still coming, and it's pop-star season. Watch out.
Congratulations to Black and the artist of the year 27 is Black
All right, so that was very beautiful. Come on. Now, Black also the costume they serious. Hey, Abranti is here so name for Ghana. Abranti. Now be because Black cry now and said that any aware say or no now be nyana ade. Now what category ni mo no definitely also will be say.
Yeah.
And also will be say or no so no benya because you know it's a big thing, artist of the year.
Yes, of
Share.
course.
Obeka say oh we near come up but nakasa no you also hope and say also be winning because there wouldn't be any way or no hope is or no kwa be winning or be winning. Then that means he didn't work out things well and now he doesn't even deserve to be in that category.
Yeah.
So he
Well,
knew everything.
he had the show on Mark Brown's show on the woman. No, I think no things our Black of favor. I mean, once when the Shane is too late, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But you know, Blacko, the BBC transcending other boundaries, you know, helped his cause. Yeah.
Yes.
Internationally, it's up there.
Oh, yeah. Blacko J internationally, he's well recognized.
Eternity and I say, every year I was saying, controversy.
Yeah.
This year, it be by you.
Hey, this year, dear, that's our form cry. We've not really heard about BBI. Say, oh yeah, we na say you said entity in MBI. Okay, so it's very early as well. I feel like it's a week no mutino. I feel like about some the Sefatani the Sefatani no. You hear them all this week. But I believe said this year no they've been free.
The red carpets, the dress,
the red carpet, no nana. I don't want to talk about it, but Chatter House. A bear pan come is a red carpet if you. Oh, ampa a bear pan is a red carpet. So program
it's
now.
part of it.
It is part of it.
Yeah.
But I was so moved if you are in the sense that a kind of outfit I'm gonna buy red carpet no. Very distasteful.
Oh, na say no put the idea son. Na say wo hwe Agyapong said the other namia. Yeah, you say fashion. I mean, that's the fashion world. Then we need to go.
The other name I say not Nigeria for so is it sometimes they were also having their events just as Ghana and they know. And if you look at the kind of outfits they were, you know, when you see the pictures and videos nana. That best in this week, idiot.
It's always been Nigeria jollof and Ghana jollof.
It's serious.
Now it's now costume.
Now I share the costume on the baby red carpet and so on. And now it's very serious. So come up, like when they will say when they are the correct carpet. And so I believe says obi to tickets not necessarily say they should pass through the red carpet.
No.
They should just get to the auditorium and then have their fun.
Yeah,
because then we idea.
One say me share Abrafuni Dinibi, one of their awards. No?
Yeah.
You know the dressing. No? Sometimes it's based on something. Obi on normal. Just to make a case for environment. I mean, so be na order bread, then no coin, na se come organ and tin or the coya. I mean, how will you relate this?
Oh my God. You're a dinago. I was there for your toss, why?
And I mean, Mrs. Tafala Makafu.
Oh, Naso no the night she was okay. And then she was, you know, having fun. She was having fun. say now ex-husband was staging and say auto nyom na say nyom na ekikiwa. It doesn't even necessarily be say your ex-husband before you jump on it or before you start doing something. And that's no Ghana food shemwa is either still now they are seeing themselves or she acted very mature.
I'm saying in 2 years time there Embano Ebia will be diploma. I'm saying no program for red carpet.
And I think so. And no more come on. And it will be I believe so, right? So I would say so now Stone Boy is also here. TGMA is no. What we need reggae and dancehall artists of the year. No, this is the 10th time. So on also no a very big congratulations to him. Say Obwe Juma pa. And I believe this time or no, it will reflect. Said Ghana for expecting no, it should reflect any streams so. Because many times na Ghana for can say Stone Boy who saw Obwe Juma, if Stone Boy alcohol, but when you get online, the streaming platforms, when you get on YouTube and all that now, it's very weak. The kind of people who still show a baby who some Stone Boy cheaper no. When you get online, it doesn't reflect over there. Until now, I now can say Stone Boy fans ni na no. Shatawale fans are mubuefu.
You don't want to hear that.
That's what they've been saying. But I believe this time around, no, the story will change and then everything will work. As said, no, said you're expecting that no, it to work like that. Now, when you say no, so you're expecting sanka artist of the year no, Nensabeka, Yadia, Nensanka no. No, ye fast them nyame, but also ye crown no Afrobeat, Afropop artist of the year. That's the 27th TGMA. Saying no one koho no mokwa. One kokwa. Or no so need to be a bag something home. Ejuma wa ye bia no. Onko so ana onye. I believe say the next year no, the 28th TGMAs no. It's the story is going to surely be changed. Into no Wendy, why are the pan? Congratulations to you. About home more day because when the air banner, Nana say Obekaya, lady Ghana free in any pan.
People even thought he was imitating someone. The late
Ebony.
Ebony.
Charlie. Yeah. But she stood on her ground, worked things out for herself. When few be a year in Ejuma, since till now, she's been relevant. You know, back-to-back hits. Obomoding. Obomoding pa.
And but your boyfriend.
Hey, me mean on can't trim dancing me.
Okay.
Na the boyfriend here say.
Oh, saying what can medical free.
And that's what we don't die.
We know Shatawale's own Stone Boy, so doctor. Intin maybe son
no worry.
If you are not available, I mean someone will be interested. Or I'm married.
And the can worry as someone na imponatria semi na when you woman.
Oh, that be. So there are other guys around here. Young
and that's so young and why
no, when you come out and say it, won't say ebeboa. Obronia ofi Germany wabe worry lady be Ghana. Obi ane so hu na no si mientwa for the manager no. Ti obi yeah, you don't know.
And I met on here now kwa obi wo TV so asem.
Sorry.
Hey, I said, na ebusia the gospel fraternity nonso. Na eno nonso ne se obedi wono ma Dinah Hamilton nso we need best gospel artist of the year. Best gospel artist of the year.
No ball.
No. Said nyom de Dinah Hamilton nyom de
dos.
Bebre. I said my dream crime bebre. I don't know which to bring on. But a lot.
And there is this thing about
Hallelujah. But that also do Dinah is real doing good.
It looked like gospel, no, for me, it's tagged. You don't see people coming out previously. Daughters, but we know, I say Emuye was the latest song that was trending. Yeah, I think apart from that, on said
Enyumbia Sabio. Now last week, weekends over the weekends, no, Oman show be so not yedin komo. Ewo hono na DDT and anana mene kasana na all kase sa category modema gospel artists no say bia gospel artists of the year na gospel song of the year no. And what's her anke yesa because enyoma awobo no. Ebi a jen a omo ye jen na anase jen depending maybe a close kuniti ni ochire wade a omo de bo enyomo no eye beats bebre na ebi obe yisu reggae beats bi anase wo hu high life beats bi enti anke no anke what's anko wo ye na say bi a gospel nko gospel artist of the year anase gospel song of the year say bi a se beats no eye bi a high life a e was somebody koka secular songs ne ho no mo categorizing ni nyina enye se bi o mo bechemu mienu se gospel song ne enu ni no mama mo be bia 3 anafo bi pe na dia aka ni bebrebe ni nyina no no me wakoma secular people no
this happened right saying, from the birth of Ghana Music Awards. You know why? With all due respect, your Ghana Musicians Union, your art and science, your art and creative industry, we sit and we allow a Nigerian to come in and bring something for you. So goodness. Somehow, in a way, no, onim yang jina ya
exactly.
Say be a high life dini way yamfane so be born a stone boy, but where they a high life. Wow, to say so below, for example, it's some sort of high life and yeah R&B or dancehall music. So when you do that, what's about baby shot Taribi or Honor? Now, what's a video now ready?
Okay.
One more mine here.
Okay, let's go on the screen. Ash. Ubro no.
We could never say yela.
Hey, I didn't have
no okohi. Ana okoye Indomie anase.
Okoye what's a Ghana animal?
Sure.
Hey, I didn't have couple. If you see it,
yeah.
Oh, if you see it,
right. Now, Mama Patan could be.
Yes, so no. Oh, you who
Oh, next time we invite Mama Pat.
You who
I don't know what Nigerians will say about this.
Oh, but this week, pa, dear, no, this week, dear, and your mother costo.
Right.
Oh, Nyama Bekosto. So my last story, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, na yem papa the late Sapon.
Right. Very sad.
There were so many legends, celebrities, loved ones, friends, sympathizers. Omo passing through koye bibia kama. Na bibia to me ekwada when you get on your screen we won't say sakwadi emu nyina make us me bobo din a me to be born we said yeah the late Daddy Lumba de no sa so many artists passed through and omokoye bibia emane ye akono ye come up and nyankopon koso no funny cra and fancy ye I think I would end this senior bayana. I'll leave the time for the Akagi now trainer to come
very sad. We've lost one of the legends in gospel music.
Just a biggest thing that Ghana ewopana ya lost no.
The favorite songs there na e come up.
Ono kampo ni ye gana
se nyame shirawa na we shirawa.
Se nyame shirawa enyo no bo
Joseph de no.
So nyam David enyo no boy no.
Okay.
Ono no je say on the mostly ana nyomo no otia na wasakra. I said otie nyomo no na wasakra. Otie ni nyoma na wasakra.
Yeah.
Why are so I think say that is it for this morning.
All right.
Me jemu apostle na. That was so with everything.
Yes, that was CJ Winters with entertainment. Yes, it's time for real dialogue. Emira to say a better komo. Nemo no yentwen yenda ye ho ye ba enkomo aka no ye de beto aso. You welcome back from that short break. You're still on the television, and this is the Dialogue Show. Emira Society newspaper review at the Ebebro. Na Emma Fefe me no Abekansa Awahanum. Yes, they did not expect this, but I'm here, whether they like it or not. No Mama Kwaba.
Yeah.
Another yeja. The weekend.
Oh, it was fun.
It was fun.
Yes.
Asantwa.
Nyamiado bibia woko.
Muchichi de. Nyasem kuma. Ba kwa yesa ka kitwa bi windscreen and ba kwa so yesa ka kesi bi windscreen. Anyway.
Okay.
Big news. Ben pa na trendy this.
Okay.
And na news kesi ben pa. Meaning say ba kwa unfortunate. Nana bia wabo no hutu I am free. Very unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, very unfortunate. Meaning say no one cried anymore. Any cramo, it's mommy and share. If you are seeing fear Santua or Honor.
Okay. I would say at Nasi and so ye na watch for from Rason. The bonka tahoda yen saka netu jumedi dialogue so ye din ye nim no eba betija e di amano pemisha sie e di the Ghanaian Times and asha sie ama katafa eto so dumienu se ne na ebusa se asembe mpane ne echen kroi no anope Ghanaian Times e di baako aba betija we no eye adamopa Ghana man penie John Dramani Mahama wo to e di ama Ghana for na Ghana for be kai amra Ghana man penie John Dramani Mahama Bontuano, when it Ghana for Edia Sumu Comosing, I may adom na sem who ni moboto aba edimana. Wabeshe se abaye juma ye fuo. Wase ayana mokwa humiji mwa edanya hudo mu esi se yo mwaka so mu dia na mutim no. Sebi ayana asefem kakra. Obi wo hokra mpo ana wentimi anye bi na ne sum nyina no wade asom abaye juma yemu. Na so bekwa humiji mu na akwakwa ebibie ho. Enti me no kase ya abaye Ghana mampeni wa John Dramani Mahama edi aso abofom ewo Asante Mantemu a sisi ade wosi edan bro apem edi ama Ghana abajuma yefo na ho hyehye wo ho eniye wosi wo ye dwumayeni bi ti se nurse ni teacher ni post ni anase asra ni abajuma bi a wo ye no nyame ya adom na edan wo mu etimi siwie a ye de mamo na mochichaka nkakra na ebe take mu 15 to 20 years and son am wetimi etua dan ne ka ewie enti ebi a bank bi ti se ADB na wo bakwaji loan wo ho no ma to dan no ede ama wa aban Ghana man panira John Dramani Mahama say sa ADB ne koto dan wo ho ma wo wie aboso meso a wo pay no na yatin ne kakran bro 15 to 20 years ya me adom na wo tua edi wie a na edan no aba be ye wo dia enti we ayasemode aba ede ama aban adwuma yefo nyina me no ka se wo hwe the Ghanaian Times ni ma no pay a mampani ankasa ede blog ato baako so na ade ya wo modeti mota yi editadi mampani aso bi mu na afi baako bi sukura no wahana timi se message adwuma na me se waye kakra pen eti adwuma no na ne gine wo mu pa we eyenkomode anopɛ da kratafan eto so dumienu a Asante Mantemu hini otumfo se
Asante agina ho edan ne de no copy Dr. Baumia the credit score by
okay
a copy
Nampacho
Sagleme housing project no say akosi say 1,000 no already be or Sagleme wo say MPP for na anto aso so wo ye dey afa and no crowd structure no e wo ho it ye continuation
okay
and no
and me won kakra because aban kwa be ka say enyuma de da aban da ne ba ya wo sha say wan wie no ono na memo we die on hwe se ni nyina be kan wuramu obehwe se nnema dada aban ne ye ya wanwie no no ba be hye mukina no wawie nti si den ne ne aban wo sa de aso ekwa akobo fom anopenkrata no ene de aba betu dwakatafa eto so dwumienu ewo de Ghanaian Times nim that's asiyantema wo munya ya wo musi dan no ewo so eye Asante Mantemu hini otumfo sai tito Asante gude wo pemso fefe ene etwa asasiyantem de
ama Ghana man penny Yewa John Dramani Mahama anope katsanom ede ho nsemo aba enim ha sei metwa so katafa etoso du miensa ede amawo entem ho bi ebebo wa mane se adwumekuo bi ye from Heat Goldfield wo mo ede wo musika sem ho senkaye eba betu dwa na anope kata yi ebo ya mane se sika be se $22 million eno eni sika na ewa kemu edima anka no anka na adwumaye form wo ho ena afi obi ha waye adwuma na akọ pension na homegye mu sika ketenkete bi ampanifo hyehye wo mo ba wo mu fama wo mu nyina no anope ye sisa aka ni nyina ye tua e de afi ho e de ama adwumakuo ya eno no eye asemodenti kata no e de aba na mamento so katafa etoso dumienu ase ha sei amrado a wada Bank of Ghana ano ena no pay wodi nsemo ato ebibiman kabomuku enim says o man yi na ebetimi aboye ho bra amanetimi ayeyia ese fata say yebedi yankasa ehu dwa titru kra ne wo man konkro Ghana wasi Ghana fo yento yankasa yadio yento ebibifo ye pesa de ne wo sai suban no Ghana ni kwotwa ade ne atwo made in Ghana or said me pay India for dear, me pay China for dear. Interma Ghana factories ni be quite idea. Or betcha who made in Ghana, or betcha who made in Africa, you can't say US, any other country.
Allegation. I'm a massive for no nebe.
And a massive
for nebe. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And a massive factory or holding.
Any factory.
Okay. And then a war hopper.
Me chrome. Okay, me chrome, baby, or ho. Any power ho. No more. Your hospital, your police station, your hotels. Your
Ocho BCB. Okay.
I will say no some no e work at a fight also do me no and pay amrado akasa e dey said at wiase amana mighty to any a baby my kabum ko and off your micro Ghana.
Saba.
Me the daily guide so okwa katafa etoso ensia asemienu bi e wa hasen ya me di etudwa ba ko a edikan eye ukopie so e wo takwa insoye mu municipality a kroni e frɛ no adewo so anaye kanese
Adewo so
okay ene mitwi na ama adewo so anopai a asema asi wo ho ne se eye illegal galamsey ya ye ka ho asem yi I am say asoja foko pie mu wo ho no ma na se omokwakodi omudwuma se omko stop illegal galamsey a ekoso wo ho no na site ba ka omko omususu se eye rubber company bi site na kromafo no akwa remu acha somo pesika ni bi omukotu omode ede aya omade na we na asoja foko pie ho no mo no ahemache anya woda ho ani aba bebo wupunu mu kokoko ya ba pie bra wo hwan aye ne ya asoja fo ene you hwan na ya dwa mo man kasa na we na ya daily guide abetu dwa say ya woman ba ko a ye friend no say edinya escape me ono nsema odi tu dwa ne se oda ho ahemache ene ebe bo ne pono ye bo ne pono no na che se ya sojafo ene ye se ma mi ro to ho we da ebusuafo mo fa nche mi anopai na oyi ni nyema ye hye ne wo asie yi ena asojafo yi ehu ni ma papa na we so na eye Ghana National Association of Teachers not for the abetu dwa se omo aye koboro omo ewo kro ni so na teachers fo nso so eka ho na wo de aba betu dwa se eye say okay ministry amo interior and defense ministry and hwena and sama akoso wo ho no obedi hu adwuma esan se obi wo ho kra won ka ho bi but enya bewura ho nko ade na ma no beje I am ma besia ye bomb naked at say you twa mo ma e wo moto ho
it's very unfortunate but I had to say university way back adia na ye nyina ehu se enye yaba watch you be or ya de anya the sudden kokko
we ka dey anchi no wo da ho ahemachi ne abebo wo pon asoma kokro nim nta ahemachi ne abebo wo pon ne ro wata
info intelligence reports ben ye dem mo I kire say we can one na we one ena one say krono baby e won on say ayedi what is obalo ye bi akasa
dabi
okay ekrase amenase fo nya asem a emfa lawyer fo ho hwe enti de ense mo amudi mo asem bo na yese bi a lego abofra bi a yese wakọ shoplifting e wa kramo ena ya ye ni bibi pe lawyer fo ma lawyer fo kroma nyina e be sorry which is quite unfortunate and can me feel say by this time no ebia legal aid ene your friend is maku ni nyina no gender ministry abamu say winim yen kase obi ye bone a yen twe naso na mu de na gina so e ma wo bo obi ma wan e ma outside tumi no we enye martial law court and wakasa wo koyesa very unfortunate but I'm surprised e ma nyina ayedi some oba no answer wo kan am fa wo fie
na asem na si ya che
kakra
yeah
let me say last week inum na si
and I'm commenting wasem
yeah very unfortunate because obabu obi uyi na ho sedenti na ma wayi na ho se mi yi ho na mabo bone be na waye eti sese yakoba se onka ho a what are you going to do wogu na nimu ase
yes one
wasan epra no wahu then obeye onya obi compensation be na obenya wahu we na me expect say a lawyer for no we na mutake up such cases enkanka ema no enye ewraba form nkwa na ese mu defend
debi I say so mu ya amudi asem a amudi ma obi a sebi nipa no so wo bie so oni bie ese mo ka edema ne ko ba se bia nipa no ho wa ban mu ana se bi oye pani bi na no wasemba na mo beka na se wo mo aka no so wasemba na mo nka de se eye sanso na entwa yie enti anope ya ye kan bia yemfiti awia nko no ye be hu se
we need to do something about this. It's very unfortunate.
Do before complaining for you.
Na bakoso a ewa ha sense so ukopie mu e wokofori dia asemwe esi November 4th 2025 na say last year na asemi esi na police officer bia ye friend no Inspector Desmond Owusu efiye e na ne ho nsem ababetu dwa ha se wasese ne ba ono ani yimba na ne maame na ko file case no na ne maame no so ye friend Charlotte Sama na ko file case no e wo Koforidia Regional Police Koforidia Police honom na ne maame ko file case na nka mo ye ayese nka asem no omuntie ase omoye na ka makatakata so na maame ne ema nani ye den se miame ba manyem no aboso me nkuno na me de akola ba wiase na ono a papa wo de akola ba wiase akwa akosese ne na se me de papa no ma be report e wo ba bia oye adwuma mo pesa mo ye na mo ye kanana na mo katakata asem no so ene maame ne atie gina asabre die eye February 20th no dofsfo efra asem no e wa agona asabre ye Mr. Free ye no yese ye toto na no nsem ye investigation afa ne ho akohu senia asem no ebekwa akosi
na abofra no di mfi ahin
do 9
14 ena maame ne kunom da so
eno die pepper na nka se so ho na mu ni ho
on say officer dia kata so emebisa allegedly yes Ghana Bar Association president Afefe one of the members bisine edu na momahirase anamanase teacher anamase teacher and the person
anofemi kuma na ma so ma yodi
ana ahirase na yinemu teacher aka wo better music
yes
so the edu a enya boni edu ase o de aggressive for the monkoso
by arehosem because on one ba
asem 14 even anofemi ko hu say
14 crowd obi be ka say
na me ya case last month case see yes so akola 4 years so you reckon sebi nanim ni na chi nyina makola na to na nanom sie 4 years then pa na wa akola we hu aye wa kono nti a
asem
ko repeat akola 4 years e ma na to na nanom sie
sabata wo ho
mini ho
okay where we I was so na me the daily graphic at so the market afa to so me ensa we kuje to braka ne phone da ha say ono e na wo kasa edensem atudwa Ghana for set ensem we ekoso e wo South Africa abeye se ekobusumi ni Ghana for ya twe ho da release no e ya de a entwa yie na wo mo akasa de tia wo mo ni South African penifo akwa kasa na wo mo si omutu hu anamo wogina so bio ewu e de catch Ghana for se so ka se ne ekoso e wo South Africa na e yade a wo mo penifo mo man mu no enteti wo mo na se enha wo mo na wo mo etwa ntro esanse wo no asakwa soafo a wo kasa na se wodi nkomo e de free aman hodo so no na e se wotu ni nan si ho na wo hwe se saso ne ban no etu obetimi etwa e wo South Africa etano pay wakasa e de nsem bi atodwa che Ghana fo nyina asem wo mo etu ho na mo e hwe se atentene ne be kɔ so e de ama wo na wo ho e ka adwemu eno achi kra no South Africa de hye ya wo mu di se bisa nyamra asem no empanifo hwe na wo mo entwe o maso no panifo ni da ha wo hye green nti wo hwe se ne nani abre na che se Ghana e colors ne so green wo mu no nani abre ankasa we enya kokodo ne so nani abre
wanti de asi wo takwa ho na ye buticha fo no e de wanti ye ya ye ho radi nyanko
asemo eti awusa ma mento asem akatafa to so do miensa na enu ada na eda sonko e wo wiase e de ma ema nyina ai na enu a Mother's Day enti ye besan so arehye ma nyina bosumi we nyina ye da ema nyame shura ye nyame nya ye kese ebade ma ye nya adehye abrempo ekunini ene eninti na da chibi yesane yabosomu asika ayeye dia oye oba no pay mame no nkasa kakra wadama oba na wotete no enkwada na omaso odin nenso besofo bi asem o kan wo se wo ba so odin no kase na so odin a na isakwa no o hye na bufu nti kase na so omre we ye futu amesofo the late Anthony Kwadwo Buache Resurrection Power New Generation che sofo na wo preach kasa asem no eno achi no mumma ye nu mu kasa enye kasa ebehira ye ma ye nu mu kasa enye kasa ebeye dama ye ma se bi obie ni ho pese ne baye anroba obia pese ne baye obrempo okatachie enti wo betimi krampo so obaye wade na beto no ho kra a hwe nanim ase na ye asante wohu kana ya asante se bi onye nipa ato
akade na me expect say wo be ka say ma musu mpra me ma no na mu ye no de wa fan kan
wo ma ka say
ye mo bi kra ye ne ye kan wasem ye time na sunti no o say ye time na sunti no mombo
okay mami wie me de wadama na Andra na ye man nyina da no Graphic Communication Group Limited na womo eni Labadi Beach Hotel womo ekabo mu a womo edi emada kese pa ewo womo branch ho na womo ede ehye man nyina enimonyam na enu achi no mo ne makasa ye na mo hye manso enkran enti na ye beka se Mother's Day no bosumi we nyina ye da so a ye erade hwa manyina na wonye yen kese titu ene ma Stella adwuma yi ewura
amen
me the chronicle ewie dia katafa etoso enso telcos for e dia betu oh that we dey nyemema telcos for dia betu just say 5 years now sika omo lose some change cables se ne be ya ya digitalization no ebe ye network ni ye hunyo manema ni be ye no omo lose e car esombo $69.3 million.
No man can for so many fiance. Na ababa wana wo fra na den kan no be rich no. Omo kra yen kan ase. Anyway, ye damase ye belated happy Mother's Day enkoma mo so. E ma mo ye sonko. Onyame hram no nyamo kese ne so. Aya munya ipra. Na se
no na ye ntiase.
Owi aba be chiri.
Bibi abechiri mama. Dada nchin no aya na mo susu.
Okay.
So one dada nchin. Be kodwa so nso no wo Cape Coast. Ya da ma se.
Ya ka sense na de to aduane mu.
Dada nchin no se no ye nkofo bi kasa.
Yo.
Ye ko eneja.
Ya da ma se munya mre na mo de bra that is the dialogue show. Newspaper segment no and ye de bra me gidi say the aka no ye de ba ababeto so now the real dialogue begins. We'll be right back after this short break. Neto television, Ebrason say we go into real business discussing issues a war chromo SEC. Medical catcher said the war of the words. Bank of Ghana NDC on one side, minority on the other side. State institutions, are we losing it? Trust a woman at saying African policy lens, HSA, people trust a woman no a call a form. Then able to me aye a day a phone. Now, Fence Ramza site, it tells you the level of indiscipline a work room. Say nipa be to me a cotton baby a sidan. A dying see anti-secure sa will transport a diacosio. It takes time. So at the time almost starting now authorities in a way. Various bodies are almost survive away. And no name come my betri. Obia answer womb is the slogan now. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and the MPP policy committee at the candidates on no more contesting nina our policy nina ebiso. Is it a big move, a smart move? What is it about? And a betri abua ama MPP etumi asori na 2028 or my winning a year election no way and koma ye betwitwe and eba say you need people with great thoughts. Mr. Shadrack Fojo or your business executive or no na minen betwitwe komo anope Sharks akwaba
yeja
ishe ache
bacha hane
abusia fo ho ye
na me adum ahodin o bia ho ye
yi Ghana Music Awards o te wasem na wo mpanyum
part. I think say almost said the euphoria concerning this particular music awards. I think it's never form.
Very.
The publicity and everything. And that was Saturday in Puna Minifi. Because Sarah Wintino. They share matches into match in a call. You know, first half. And I was switching. I'm saying, hey, is there something like this going on? Until the part I make her one part we not Kofi Kinata perform. And one of my
favorites.
I branch be na yesu no oya kola na madam for attack at na siama. Young guy born winning the female the male vocalist of the year. Young guy, very promising guy siama. So I want to take this opportunity to congratulate him too. Na Black Sheriff Energy the ultimate, you know. So Bonabaso na.
Go from Paul.
Kofi Kinata ya Bonabaso na medical. They can't see me for medical. Medical doesn't know this. I think it's 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he did something on social media for your last born or Amstead, Kumasi University, town or so.
Okay.
School no or no. He was doing something on social media. He was picking people randomly. And one of Minya Kitwana was one of them.
Oh.
I don't know how it happened. We were going to pay the fees and everything. No. The one of friends, so a team from Medical Scam has contacted him. Say, I'm going to the fees in the manner. When we have made the arrangement and everything, I was shocked.
Wow.
And I haven't gotten the opportunity to thank Medical or met him or in any way. He doesn't know. I've not met him before. He has never met my brother before. So Medical
and
will
it's
be
not even looked for him.
He is not.
Wow.
You'll be an enemy that we've not had an encounter with him. Until this morning, I'll take the opportunity to also thank Medical for what he did. The guy, my brother and your friend of Michael Fojo. Yeah, 3 years ago, he saw level 300.
Wow.
So Medical was the one that paid for his admission fee.
Oh.
Yeah. When we had made, he was on social media. A team contacted him. He said, "Yeah, for Medical wants to help like young guys. What does he want? Also go school." So Medical paid. So wherever Medical is this morning, I want to take this opportunity to thank him.
You know, I was saying,
yeah.
Ghana, ye nipa bi awo nyame we shiraye with everything, even the nipa crowns no ye sonko. Blacko saying woman ya work as so market. I mean, just like that. Yeah. So and then a lot of them shut away or any dear
the charities they do. Yeah. I think as a buying the entertainment industry because most of them, whatever they especially Shatawali most of the musicians, whatever they get now, in one way or the other, the society also benefits from it. Yeah. And they don't normally look say they do it. Shatta na no chiska. He doesn't look so a shatta fan. Now we say no. Some of them will be how will be one some about the help when they share all those these people they've been helping. And I think abandonment and in called the entertainment industry proper. And I think that's one of the promises this NDC government gave. And I also believe that when the government pays attention to this sector, it's going to absorb a lot of the youth into that industry because
that's talent industry.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of guys with talent.
Yes, from the instrument, from composement, from engineering, everything.
Yeah.
And the idea is like a national studios around. People have a lot of talent.
Okay, about national studio. Minimobi or Yajuma authority or Kase. Let's put everything aside. Near politics, the National Cathedral would have served a huge purpose.
Oh, yes.
Or just say, you being a business executive, who be who say, you need to be able to me a house in the past 6,000 years ago.
There be Nikrum ha, there be.
Assuming say, where the catcher says, swearing of the president in Subeta, you need baby.
We would have to postpone it and as say reducing numbers now.
Yeah. And this would have served that purpose. Anyway, yeah, quite an immediate microphone, ebe ye, and yema esse efata. Looking at that and the Ecoso Ramsar site, meaning say obi demolition. It doesn't take a day or two.
Yeah.
Or budget permit or start here. Yehu. Ye war bodies were honoma in charge
town
of this.
Planners for
town planning, district or municipal. Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you allow this thing to go on? Now we know. I feel I see a kubuegu. Now, yen hold obia accountable. I don't know, sir.
Ofa, medasi. Yesterday, minya topic in an mean, bisa me say. Ramsey site issue. I think say I did article over the internet, and the government of the day and the authorities. It seems as though say, like inform because abaya. Your major priority, aside with initiatives in Libya, is the well-being of your citizenship.
Exactly.
And until now, here in Monfa or Nipa India, go to say US near there. What is the leaders who see a penal citizens? What the first thing I want to say, you would have to come and move the citizens out of the place. But as a from Hadia, Sadia yet to move forward. The only thing we want to do is say blaming the Pancrata didn't crown our where Sadia.
And depending on status in the society.
Yes, and your political
aligner.
Your friends will be our war. And you know, this Ramsey site issue, you know. Oh, say Ramsey site, you know, it captures not just one assembly, says one assembly as you. Part of it, Tema Metropolitan Assembly, Nase, Tema West Municipal, Ablikuma, and a Wijagbawe. These are the assemblies are Ramsey sites near them. A cover. They have some oversight responsibility of the Ramsey site, you know. I would have wanted to know, and I say, and I'm more question combined two in this. Your friend is saying, demolition and say they should have brought every person or hand in one, giving permit for building, have oversight responsibility of land acquisition. That gives a friend a sense. So town and country planning department, almost all these four assemblies, you know. You should have brought all these people together, sat them on TV, and asked them why they sat unconcerned for all these years for these things to happen. And some of these landowners, you know, they have a strong case and argument that they were issued with permits. Some of them bought the land from. Some of them claim it's a forest commission grant area. So A+, I think before the weekend, I think Thursday or Friday, Chris Vincent is one lawyer in the UK, but also a Ghanaian. Or they turn social media say, Obibia or Ramsey site was document, you know, auto free, legitimate source. Your man permits no. Bring out your documents. A+ in Nipa or person or follow up the issues and get compensations for these people. Because we cannot just watch on and say, abide our responsibilities. These are not traditional lands, though.
No.
These are government lands. Now, some people or more in charge of sites and say wetlands, be taking care of your flooding. You should be honest. May say Krumha ya wompany for by near candy for. Because we are kind near or ohwe kokan
yeah odwenhwe kan fancy moto
yes ohwe kokan hu say daache ensem weni men chairman ni si ansa na matu ho na mo so why have we sat there obi so I think for 37 years maybe 40 something years and we have watched on all these years hwe papa ya oluma ya na ebubu ni dan na
osi ajomukunu
yes because sabi wonya kwala
dabi
and he will not just there is nowhere in Ghana don't mean things kwa ebiam so kusi dan kresi
dabi
yes si dan no
obi hu ye now even not to cut you assemblies in war obi can spies in court who sit down won so obi ba be chro
ye o nyina
yeah then no mu hu ansa no obi na omo informants
omo just this morning so what to say but it is a police city in those places or call Katamansoa around by 10 to by 2 p.m. Ubos assembly cars and in a new site. What are they doing? More inspector or more AC down or a crap permits and more in crap permits. Into what this government say we have watched on all these years. I will say nipa accidents baby any class was there is here. There's a binding and say who were the
bodies in charge.
The authorities in charge. A ton of way and hang mass animal way in a see ye. Chroma have the 2 million what the more be so for Juma. They just sit aloof, Bibian fan home. Assemble, and they are forced to wash their hands off it. A buy and a nipa granted permit. Nipa esen kokoshe say abansa say young property so or hema property season. If all these people have been fired, if the law is dealing with all these people, people sit up. When Jimmy can't them say the abansa say wonsa. Say we assassin so. No what na wa mo bi akusi dan asi assassin so. No what na so over the years. Adi yini wo ho, achichire busuan wo ho. Afedie aban ba asese bi o flooding insuri ni ade say Agyapong boss cause disaster. Now we need to take action. These are the people we are supposed to deal with them. The first point of contact, the assemblies, all the district assembly heads are over the years. We should have summoned all of them. We should have taken them to court. And someone said, "Why did you sit to do this on a government property?"
My name is Korea OBC supermarket. MA collapse. Engineer no co prison.
Yeah.
Owner no so co prison. Obia woka ho eco
prison.
Just like Bank of Ghana and the banking crisis. It was somebody's duty to see to it banking regulations and almost adhering to.
Yeah.
We allow it to go. Obif buyer or do a more cost street pattern. Yes, no. Like Honorable Eka sometimes say Nipa they say you have 4 million almost deposit. Not 3,000 workers in 4 million no almost suffer.
When we have banking supervision and monitoring team at the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah.
When all these commercial banks, their activities are well known, they render weekly and monthly reports to the Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
So who sat down unconcerned or be manipulative? All this rot to happen to the banking industry. And a lot of people have not recovered from this banking crisis, especially the staff over there and some of the depositors over there.
They are the most important.
And nobody seems unconcerned about when issues are happening in this nation. And the Ranzia side issues, I think is one of the most unfortunate things that is happening today. I think that might be a ban, demolition, or the demolition, your market centers, your permanent from pavement. What do you watch on? You plan here. You say to me for baby. Yes, you're building new road with the baby will any person poverty no say obi the Oko village area is here. Something is happening around that place. Those or the car tie back or the me no better. No what the organizers are in the nobody will say anything about it. To most of the cargo cars and trailers, 80 types in war. Then the person will not have to come and zoom and say, why any dia? No, but you have so. Well, Chinaka could say any pana was here to Abama, who go to say any pana demonstration. So who sat down? I don't know quite more. We have seen them doing that. Uber Russia see Abe because of this year. Nipa creative station, quite no cabin also. At Chase last year. Omusha say pack from Udrak from Accra Mall far overhead na se pet now be do church na o branch out no wa pack cars na the car tie back to me back to store nobody will say anything ebeji hini wie dey ka sikutu o ma na dani asem what do you watch on behavior
it brings us to the trust people are losing in public institutions and as the state institutions. I mean Papa B Professor Forson B Kasim said one of the key things I must have problem niba I say aban bi eba or the auditor general ba or the MC ba chief director ba it's like obi adu obi obetumi manipulating because and obi idea a call will just tell you to put the thing off. An African policy lens I research and will say people are losing trust in state institutions. Osha the say why do we always have to change personnel when there is a new government? Because the latest one, the latest do for IGP. IGP Dampare is at home. He's not attained the age or the current retirement. We've been paying any money to continue for you to as IGP. Now sent to your IGP for and so no why exceeding a retirement age? Yaman the contract.
Sir, the laws of trust in public institutions. I think, sir, we have gone through a season. We have given ourselves politicians that are very intelligent and very smart than the citizens.
Do you think they are intelligent and smart? Because their moves or no, what's actually now here?
It favors them. So in their context, they have been intelligent. They've set a stage for themselves that is working in their favor. So for that, they are very intelligent about it. Say yes, say obi wo boni hu nyansa. Boni ne yade boni o, but o hu nyansa so obedi boni ko untimi nchino. Untimi these robbers and all these people are. The way obeti matenasa plan krono no. So when you obi a we nyansafo a untimi execute sergeant. So bi o ye do obi a okosu ba so me decide on fa dwom boni nyansa de ko onya sa adwene no mpo.
O za brofo no ye so okobo krono a. The odwen won na first ne said the betchin.
Yeah.
Or Jane said for your betchin. To quite be number for your by the fans sabi for your Jimmy. To be called you are not the and so we go leave fingerprints near the
and run me the to me status. Me say who take a decision beyond. Let's say you think about the consequences first. Say when you think of all the consequences before you take all actions, you are intelligent.
Very, very much so.
Say be two anamon, na anamona be babetuno. As soon nyina e betimi abani. Now I take all those consequences into action before I act. You are an intelligent person.
I have a movie with The Score, Robert De Niro, and
The Score,
Edward Norton, Chrono Adebi.
The Score. Martin, movies are chronos animal.
Offer
on this topic, I will say, Ghanaian politicians, they have devised a way, say, they will break every ground, set confusion, set dissatisfaction among the people, and they penetrate to gain there.
They try pretend to be solving the problem.
Among all the labor front in this nation, politicians have tried as much as possible to politicize all the labor front in this nation.
That's true.
The teachers' unions, Sabio, Aban bi waswa, the way and manner they handle issues with that government. Aban sisaye, ebaya. You will see that the same issues they were complaining about, they would have a different voice to talk about the issues. So you ask yourself that, what kind of leaders does this labor union have? Salary increment of close to about 25% in one single year. Yet you were embarking on a series of demonstrations against that government. Argentina of 22, then he had 33%, and I'm at 25%. During the 8 years of MPP's government, from 2017 to 2024, there was not a single year that this MPP government increased salary less than 10%. It never happened within the 8 years of MPP government. And this Abai Baso, regardless of in summer a catch a teacher for near dinina no buy a salary negotiation. The president himself went and sat in the negotiations. Now, Sabio, his presence on that in that meeting, it speaks volumes. I don't know how this labor experts and labor unions watched on that. A president of a nation should come and sit in the salary negotiation and adjustment of the labor unions and of civil servants. Sabio overcome man for Kasabwasho. It was a total, your friend is saying, I've got an English word, abuse of power, and there's a word I'm looking for. Say, who shall be? Say, nipping party and corner side, but your presence alone there, no, a shady party said the person cannot act.
Yeah, it intimidates the person.
Yeah, intimidating. How many of them, Nasebi President Mahama Betina say, Chinchina 99%? No, you don't even have a voice.
No.
But that is how this NDC has treated the civil servant of this nation. Have you seen any labor union group making agitations, making noises, and going on strike because of that? Can we tell us what happened behind the scenes with the labor heads, labor union executives, with the president, with the cabinet, with the government? People are out there crying and making noise. People have taught for close to 2 years in 2 years in salaries more. People have been sat home when this government has promised a friend is automatic posting. Have we seen any of these labor unions say abani say young crop for baby teacher training nursing medical schools near there the automatic posting? Have you seen anybody for almost 2 years abani here all who say labor union be holding the government responsible? Say, boss out the say it be boss and so. About we back in less than 3-4 months, more than 60,000-70,000 of Ghanaian youths are teacher training, nursing training. Yes, I can't when these people have gone through the levels of recruitment in this nation. Nobody say, what are these labor unions doing about it? All of them sat unconcerned. Do you think that the previous government or employer, if he had not done that, but who knows because have you seen, say, the labor union executives here say, yeah, members because this and you will be otifia postino, where people that have been posted through the office of the chief of staff. And President Mahama shared and said, on-chair letters, and Mama said they should go home. They are going to verify their recruitment process. You may say teachers for close to 30,000, 40,000 for now. For almost 2 years, what has been done about their recruitment? 2025 budget reading, the finance minister emphatically in the budget stated that government has no money to recruit new people into the public service. Have we seen any labor union making noise about it? It has never happened. Sibio, meeting budget reading. So my being a kuku because a few years mean forbidden until the year 2012 or 2015. NDC are buying 13, 14, 15. NDC are buying back and say you need to mean fat. There was an embargo on public sector recruitment. Yeah. He went ahead, as I said, regardless of the number of months will be the government can only pay you 3 months. Did we see any people making agitation and making noise about it? So this is how the Ghanaian politicians, through penetration and a friend is saying, diabolic way of penetrating into societies, so when you even have issues today, now the department could be now. So there was even the kind of attention I will you wouldn't get it. There's one serious thing happening in this nation that people and Ghana for politicians have tried over the years to get into chieftaincy issues. Oh my God. And when they are doing that, identity and eba. A clear example is what Nana 2 for Nana Ebo Diana Ebo Imwase. O 2 for said to Ankasa. Less than 3 weeks ago, Oboja na Yantibidao se O 2 for ana him Kasibi Wokruma Ebeka se among your fortune and all form. There was some pahini wo. he has gone through all the process. I say, you know, or mine here was Sampa. He has been gazetted. Or my constitution, a man who come here gazette no. Through the Supreme Court of this nation, the gazette no. And there is another person on so so you hine wo ho. Na yenya from Nana Otumfu ankasa no nyame na meka. Said the interior minister is aware of what is happening in Sampa. Because police for ho, national security for ho. Say echo among the come they go on the side of the legitimate or hino or hono. They are shin crop for arresting crop for Otumfu they can. The Bono regional minister is aware. There are functions, events, occasions. Sabio Ezen Kasampa should be represented by the legitimate paramount chief of Champa. But the young Gazette in Momuno is made to be present and in that occasion. Now you will see the leadership of the National Democratic Congress with this same person there. What does it tell you? That doesn't mean that Supreme Court in a man who didn't say Otimi Gazette or no. Now I'm on your foot to be chin and what form. Nipa wako so Otumfu anim. Am I a man hino Sabio Sampano. I'm on your foot to be two Otumfu and what form say. You weigh the legitimate chief penny way. The evidence of it is that your co-functioner, sir, Nipano hobby, a bimum penny for hobby. What are we trying to tell the people of Sampa and the neighboring communities, you know? Say, regardless of say Supreme Court, a gazette to be so on your permit, you register the Bibiano. Yeah, NDC for the winning a panel.
Sekasa yesi
win a bay. What are we trying to tell the people? Says your Supreme Court and Nimo Yam Nin Baby General Crown and find your shade.
Obi in Kanchel say, for example, people losing trust in state institutions. Attorney General Eba Fufo cases a wo ho nyina or say
he's not interested.
Say then ya tuni nyina egu.
When people have caused big financial losses.
Ya share ehun say the only standing institution a wo ho a yen tachi electoral commission. The Chief Justice is gone. OFA IGP is gone. The Chief of Defense Staff is gone. Speaker.
Yeah.
Our and we show no. And it's all round. Yes, sir. My lose interest. I will say and as a trust. So much me I say because one, so we ba not the need ba no obe cases se we na matuegu. Another government about say sign afa cases ni nyina back. Ni nyina it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Incident na be ma ya state institution Supreme Court assembly we ko hanom assembly we ko sha hanom assembly ba yedim court ayede assembly be ko ensem bebre wanyan and yede ti kroma education sector, health sector, whatever.
Be a politicizing.
Exactly. Why do we do that? Because emma o mani enyi na democracy a process any event na waka so ye we asa.
Oh say Aban we baso na before say NDC Aban we baso no prior to the 2024 elections President Mahama Numutum omitted certain lawyers that are one way or the other affiliated to the NDC party. I catch them say they are going to fuel the judiciary with the NDC people and they are doing it exactly because in their mind they said that Sabio Efra almost saying MPP a hijack the judiciary, you know. And about Webas and everything he has done in the judiciary points as clear said that is the real intention. Say, obey clear everybody that is presumed to be affiliated to the New Patriotic Party. Not in the NDC for Akosho. See the way the Chief Justice every office, the accusations at the bono, unfounded accusations, unnecessary accusations. Process square didn't want any fame. Not forgetting that this same woman has a history with the NDC because none of one of the then Supreme Court judges are NDC Abanya from PNDC. Edino Bonnet. The woman then was yet
I'm sorry.
No, a young girl then. I've forgotten the man's name.
Yeah,
no a Supreme Court judge. Near capture no. The judges that were killed at the Bundiasi. Yeah.
Justice Akode Agyapong and akufo-addo. No na military officer ka no na ye mamini relative.
What you say? And when NDC came to power, yes, this you in their mind, whatever they have done to this woman's family some years ago, no, if they don't take care, this one is going to hunt them down. That is Agyapong yedi mami phone yedi bafubon yedi ebaye. So and next we be some crown way MPP near going to the court alone, no, a sense shivering in their spines. The Supreme Attorney Chief Justice if you office. You be saying this is the cases I court then are not involving NDC people that were cleared at the court. You know? Why did it not make noise about it? Some of them many MPP. But there were cases involved top force in case ambulances near the Yanko clear no courts. When sabi ni pe o man mu kra jeans efin se sa atimu kra nkoyi because ntimi ko to container ambulances emesia emo man ni ka ya ntimi amfanse sa kukunta na bidie ebepem ne yakọ clear no. One of the noises that this government made again the formation of the aura saying people be aboman we kro no just with the wind power. When you say these things na hit Timamifo no adwinimu na wo ba na they don't see acting na no. We can't trust these people because you came to power, you were campaigning say the Oraba Operation Recover All. We saw people like Okujeto Blakwa nipo didn't throw power gun her politics move back number 1 Okujeto Blakwa kwan ya befa so didn't throw aka asema enyi kora ma na se no kore Sam George etoso Sami Jamfie ne wo your friend is saying, good body, open nipa or this honest person, double standard person. Now, no, you're true. You cannot, in the politics of this net, wouldn't mean can you could two free? Wouldn't mean can you some George free? Wouldn't mean can
we work as only evidence?
Oh, on the on one Casamun, someone no mama count. Yes, I make as much of no. This guy, good board, Sami Jenfi, on Matiamidu. In one lens, Matiamidu is not a corrupt person. Well, yeah, no so any problem. In another space, this same guy sat Eka and some Ebu Matiamidu said, the power yet tran and no on kind of crime Matiamidu. Consistently, we have seen about them. Haven't you seen Sam George being in the church, being asked to be prayed for, say, LGBT ones and some, yeah, more and no one to be fighting. About my husband able to fight cough about those issues. This is what brings the mistrust. And we have people in this church that, have you seen his church coming out to challenge him? Say, Honorable, we are elder of our church. I had a general price of LGBT. And somehow, what have you done about it when you came to power? It's close to 2 years.
He's never seen a government who has performed like this since Nkrumah.
Oh, now, Sabio, you're kind of saying, also for Adina, sorry, everybody knows that he's in bed with the NDC government. There is nothing this NDC will do that will not praise them. Sorry, Woba and now what for CB eka teachers for now. You omwedi kogu fieze and after see a four mono. Say Ghana ha and a nim pefe say the cumulative increment of tariffs on utilities is around 24%, which has never happened in any government first year in office since 1992, except the NDC government. What Ghana ha and the doom so for over the years, Mahama and the attacking doom so by office a koso. See where rent prices are, hostel prices. See how school fees have been doubled in this nation. Sabio obi in kase opposition into come be a infanta free. What your mind be? You all want to polish this government. That's a very dishonest view of the government. In such positions, we do not want people of such caliber when more control numbers. See how pastors of this nation, except my kafa Dr. Bamiyaho, prior to 2024 elections, this government is doing worse than what happened in MPP's government. Have we seen those pastors coming out? One of the most hypocrite pastors in this nation. Sofo Akufo-addo. Sofo Akufo-addo to me on the platform so. A dear tem. Cause a tie you want penny for some yo and some of me crab some yo me akwala me ntimi ntina montinkan. He uses the pulpit against the MPP government. This same Akufo-addo Sofo Doom so no ye dia manfo ka no. O se be onipa enim nyansa ni adwene be ka say aban no doom so na yes ye hu nyansa se bom paye ma doom so. This same person some few years ago wonnam temamoto we na hu say pylons na wo hu ni nyina no engineers and technicians are only changing your friend is saying cables no and this small doom so ba power stations na bi wa masaman any ade ade ye kwan na ye hu gina di doom so ba no. You saw it. You came out on number of occasions insulting, direct insult to the MPP government. And that's Sofo Akufo-addo and some na wana no. Asofo a ejina ye call President Nana Sofo a friend is saying Abraham Lamptey. This nonsense must stop near there. Lawrence. Abraham Lamptey is also part of those pastors. Kasatia LGBT. Lawrence Tete. Who didn't hear his voice in this nation? Yeah, demonstrations are single-handed obey demonstration. NDC Babama Lawrence Tete na abante kasa NDC abande ye monpae man. So be kwato de ne budget. Kwa pia na aboa na ni dwan ira na wonkohwehwe no. So the distrust in the public institutions, you know, it is the politicians are the main culprit of causing that mistrust. Omu we are no one per agents. Ahemfo. Now they are ahemfo ha. Sabio na no ohini bie krasini bia say oye oman continue bia ye na dimpo. See the way akasa fa Dr. Bamia ho. So won sa ohini no. Onye ohini no. Sabio ball aso hini krampo no yemfa ne kokosi ho. Oh yes. You cannot speak against Yen flag bearer as a new patriotic party flag bearer. See the distasteful words of Wisuma Dr. Bamia. And you call yourself a chief. And even before that primary insulted primary. Who did see we are back in Japan attempt? Yeah. Kwabra Agyapong. Everybody. Omo nyina so abobrase. Now what is that chrono so who feel what you are? Sabio yenye nipa ma ntufo. We have said it, MPP, but we are party no do no. We should get elements in the MPP that will do things like the way NDC does in this nation. Yabaye ya ho nyonyo yempe ho asem too much. That is what happens. Sabio NDC timi ye campaign asem no. And some enim yakaseti any man of God, any ohini bia obey ni Moses obey politics no. We will deal with you as a politician. Now you ni hana the CEO of Free Zones, your friend is saying. Yeah, we see. Dr. Mary see. See how Pentecost Church. Have we seen the Church of Pentecost coming out to condemn her? Now previously, he said worse things about Dr. Baumia. Was it Dr. Baumia autistic? Such a woman, Bema Danachi, or the Bemachi? Pacho, yeah. Now, the party of our number today. The party is an man or can have. You're nearly public Casa, Okasa, David, and Casasa, the current tourism minister. More near my yes, since obey a tourist minister. Some you Obi and Ponsa, a joke about him. Recently, a man for TV that Obi and Ponsa inquired them. Echo apologizing. We have comedians in this nation making comedies about another than akufo-addo. How many of you came out to condemn those people? And then hypocritically, this woman is out there trying to play tribal politics with everything about the ministry. Nobody is talking about it. This is not the time that MPP should sit down for some of these things to happen. People like Kofi-Addo identify almost said they are MPP. Kofi-Addo are related to Papa Way, Julius Debra. Or related to no. The interior minister and all those people are Sampa Hinachi, the other chief nature Otun for Katati Omono. We should not spare all these people. Na sabi oni pe wa bono asante bono east ni sa no. Omon kan hu say a agenda of the NDC to separate them. NDC dem ekoso wo sabio between say abonfo ni we for on to kwani sa anema no mani nyina achi no. When did we hear all these issues? People like Kevin Taylor and Kike Nipatribom. Oh man we mu. Who does he speak for? Who does he work for? How many times has Kevin Taylor not insulted a teacher on my way? Kevin Taylor, no MPP power, not in my way. NDC power, Kevin Taylor, my Ghana. So can we not say it is NDC that has been fueling all the nonsense Kevin Taylor has been doing on his platform? Nobody talks about it. nipa asem si o man we mo yekudwane to ano no ni ama nipa ho kwase yen kasantia no de ni nipa titiri bi o man we mu a Kevin Taylor kasantia no man we mu chief imam archbishops asofo titiriu ahimfo titiriu yakasatia obi a and NDC is watching on. I expect the Church of Pentecost to come out for Mereusu comments. Have you seen the chief of staff hypocritically? When you can fire that woman as soon as possible. What has the president said about that? And it's a very big indictment on the Church of Pentecost. So you have a character at Dr. Mereusu, ever insulted the whole chairman of the Church of Pentecost. I saw him for release beyond by Monka Hoshe, Marka Mosasha, as those say, yes, some more head and on anointed. Some you would never would Apostle Pentecost chairman. He went to the president with other men of God to talk about Galamsey. He had a lot of platform. Did you see any MPP person condemning him? Did you see any MPP person not to talk about a woman? So many not them.
The war of numbers. We are business executive. Bank of Ghana says a casing. When you say before weekend, no, and I yet say Bank of Ghana admit say figures now on the buy, no, it's on the low. True to some extent, say what MPP are saying, the minority in parliament are saying is right. Now maybe so inflation, a cabo, a then minimum bank governor Nikrum, a quining yet. Minimum say rent a costro. Minim say
Isu kosro, kania kosro,
transport kosro. Minim say si kumase kwan no asay. Minim so say no bed ama yenua efim.
No once, not twice.
Enti say inflation was low. Bank of Ghana wo ye den yo GDP o. Wonim yen no yenti o. Yenti GDP sa tokwa no. Yen fa ye ho. All we want is me bako school pa. Onya de say odi. Me ba yare na me yare me ko hospital a me nya the right medical care me electricity a power security wo kromu ye inflation no de me hwe no na wo be kan inflation aba from GDP aye way it's like poverty ye de mask of statistics ashem. I mean, what is it about this numbers aye way wo kromu yi
on say yeso kwato se nipa mi ni bia kontokwa na no business na no den see ye hwe this is a caution to the new patriotic party but your party ni gina sisi no the crowd no crowd mu say obi a oye MPP ni odo party ni bia no ye gina ye one of the things MPP should beef up ya ho odin kom kese pan our communication,
right?
Whatever that would take this Dr. Bamiani leadership, any the communication, the current MPP leadership, or my better about you move from the police station level to the national level. Mumfa juma biantun chain. Na mumma yemma ye new kasia communication so titru. Even this won the 2024 elections. Nebi biao e yatro and kasa. They communicated. Means you say as some said the tibiano, you be hit ho.
They played on people's fantasy.
Yes. As you recruit your software, you recruit your infinibi. Let's send another, let's send Baumia. Then we now have to enter into the minds of people. MPP, this is our time. We have so much of time ahead of us.
Yeah.
If we want to put our differences aside and come together and fight for 2028, that is one of the best decisions the party can take. Yeah, just idea near you and a way or blind side, we were high and fanning any idea.
Yeah, that's true.
It is something that will keep us in opposition for a very long time. Bank of Ghana issue and Samija Fitina also a person with debate Honorable Agyapong Kroma or Mumisa no Samija Fise. What is the level of qualification when it comes to economic matters compared to these astute men? This is not politics as usual and misinformation and propaganda as usual. It is only on the minds of the NDC foot soldiers that you can play some of these politics on them. Say a fasem, ne a kanwasema. NDC will play propaganda about it. The woman they knew And now master to almost say wa be kasa ti aba be ka bibia ni straight for ni abechew. That is a great intimidation. Say ya be ka obia kasa boase ni yam nipa ni kasa. Enioma NDC aban we achichi amanfo wo ho say ya kasa ti aban no. NDC did worse in opposition. We have people like Sami Jamfi, NDC, and Penifo and Yamom appointment. You know, one more dear attempt to throw a said and Ando Casino, and no more appointment. We had a demonstration, Sami Jamfi, who the animal, Kumanado Maya, Name Kumanado Maya, Namu demonstration. I know no pa.
Abotre.
Namu yes, I demonstration. Obia Moa, Obia Carrian Chiro. Sam George was referring to the president. Says you were a sport kid.
Yeah, pampered.
Pampered sport kid. Oh, Sam George. What fusse denchem?
Oh, Pacho. Me Pacho. Fetch me.
Pacho, I tell for there for.
Yes, Ramu.
Mr. Monfanche.
Where I no upper. Before
Mr. Monfanche.
Monfanche. Shadrach. Nidi wa Bible mu. And yes, I need a Monfanche. Na mama ye kasa embrafum. Yenyina both sides of the coin because in some about ukruma no ebi aka no se ne wo ka se wudi akira wansha se obi eba ya wo no wa kira de ewo university wa be ye vice president na obabese to mission anim one minim sa bruchiri wo de even yare e de ye obi a omo a ti se wo ye omo a yare no wo so na finsa na wabsan ba nipa na udi na tem so say autism say or yet say autistic goodness it for jo ka say wudi akira de obeka
ye nya ohini bia o ye nya pastor bia o anka te be si da bia nka sasem no
Sunday na yire be ka ho
e be di na tem evil these are some of the things we should play on the minds of Ghanaians emo mu say the intimidation me for me ni akire me twema no sign man kasa ye but we should play some of this thing on the minds of Ghanaians. Say we have seen the worst ever. Yeah. Say ye nipa or my from the politicians. A attempt to win political power. So Medium was out there saying it's a Bank of Ghana abakasu BC da during MPP's time. It's in deficit. Bank of Ghana it's just the structure that is there. Okay, saying you attempt for
condemn the new head office that was being built.
But from the main books of the Bank of Ghana, any nyoma emma a Kaba Bank of Ghana no. The gold board as an institution is one of the main reasons why the Bank of Ghana is currently in losses because of the clear incompetence. He has no idea about what he's doing there. He has just been placed there as a puppet that is there and being controlled and being remote like by people behind the scenes. MPP wa konya so one the betumi akire me say na do dan ko akufo-addo agi property bi man busu ani wo Ghana ha MPP wa konya so through legitimate means or illegitimate means mutibi da enioma e dey tag MPP say mo charge Agyapong book na dey and we have seen the Agyapong book being played like a movie but nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. Why? We are a country full of nyachomfo. Sabi yo kakra be di better frinti. Na nka be di be won wase politician na the term eye numbered, eye specific. Otimi control ohina sabi yo the term anti say wa niboni bia eye kopem so bewu. Now politicians that for left, right and back. Not even say omo ye development amawo. Say be man lanku se be dem, ye be man alala me kakra bia de atafrinti. The NDC is claiming say Bank of Ghana losses no is around 15.6 billion, 15.63 billion. And Agyapong come challenge you almost say there is an aspect of the financial details of the Bank of Ghana that has losses. They intentionally is our losses not free. That is your friend is other comprehensive income. And it's been reported that is around 19.32 billion losses there. And these two losses are around 34.9 billion. That's the total loss in one single year. Or compare the losses of 2020, your friend is saying
COVID period
in 1 year now. Yeah. the losses has increased by 62%. And
that's
nobody
quite huge.
Huge. The amount of 34.9 billion. Yaboka home, which is close to say na a dollar and quite 11 cedis. That is $3 billion. You know, my IMF said you compare a support of our same 3 billion. No? When negligence and incompetence have cost you the same 3.2 billion now. On these matters, I wouldn't play politics with it. You were near a cost in some of these state institutions instead of an hour can say by way of political appointment in Tino. So Nipanet was our position what is up by Bisa and Nas Bibi Koswa. Bank of Ghana governor and most of the board in NBC's appointment, a political appointment, NPP for appointing, NDC for appointing. So you see that the institution continuously a kabahok. Because nipa na hono a government appointment kwanya befaso running institution say nipa no nim full capacity say dey yo so otimi dia temutimi a campaign ma yenko anti so fato e be ma. And that is what has brought us here. From all indications ye anopa ye can say a daika ebo akosoro insu akosoro school fees bo akosoro transport fare bo akosoro. So all the inflation figures ever negative crampa. It does not translate into the pocket of the people.
Yeah.
What shows? And when they walk home high, we'll be saying the same inflation of form and probably the same inflation of form. And then I know Kumasi first last 2 years, last year. Now we 6,000 Ghana cedis out to me behind 1 year, you to me 1.5 year no. And then those houses, be an 500, 450 cedis a month. No? Those houses in Kumasi will probably be phone lines. So they'll tell you they are now being rented for 1,200, 1,900. Accra high waha. Rent has been increased not less than 50 to 60% in this nation. Obi or high dying 12,000 last year, and they are paying 18,000 to 24,000 for the same pure, for the same room. Yet now, Manchester cement from iron rods from. Does it translate to the cost of living in this nation?
Answer is no. Yanshe Obi answer is the slogan. Mode Eba. Dr. Baumia said. MPP policy direction. You need to get people who are more deep knowledge and your committee. So many of them. More contesting in committees. You think is the right move?
Okay. Of I'm but I wish that as an American can get platform we sooner better because I am seen as to be a major communicator for Honorable Agyapong. Okay. And they say all kind of crack they think that because of where you are coming from, unless somebody who is very objective that would appreciate your concern.
Okay.
As a man, me person me cancer me ba we so say me person me dia de srede eto ma me Samira nim. Ono na ye flag bearer na yire. Sabiu nipa nyina ka asem na say Dr. Bamia ntia me gidi pa say ne yire ka asem a
obetie.
Wan bi so no betie. Na sam saka cheman Bamia ma me Samira na say in the 2028 elections, no, Nipo obabo kapa with 2028 election, no, is his husband. See, because we saw the MPP party, we invest your party anymore. Nobody will spend time, resources than Dr. Baumia.
Okay.
Enti Mami Samira, some make catch on up and say, bia any effort bia esa wo ye. A man kabomu eba new patriotic party ni mu. Me pacho. Put every difference aside. Net sina wukum wo form. If says secretly, esa mo ko nipa bi na so di nkotojoko pa chokra go and do it. Sabio, you have tasted power before. Even as a second lady of this nation, you saw how sweet power was. How much more being the first lady of this nation? About your course, see, I can say you replay all the campaign messages. Next, what's now as nipa. Some Madam Samira what now? Near bo atenie. Nipa to say coca. Nipa to say abronye. Me a pa attaching among. And penny 42. Sabio, a D honorable Agyapong tem. Go to honorable Agyapong camp. Call honorable Brian Temple camp. Never comment on my cassette about me. You will realize that the people in your camp were not fair to the other candidates.
Yeah, say we've moved on.
We have moved on into family camp, but this is the same way so. Nipa and ne agitation so I'm cutting the base, you know. Honorable Kenneth Pond is not supporting them. Nipa about out to be conceded defeat at Toba Nibi. Honorable Kenneth Pond, as early as 5:40 something, and boss PM po, and a party officer, the office, obe concede. He went out, obejana platform so party headquarters. Osan kind 2 or 3 days later, some make the same thing. Say Nipa di na chia campaign, na yamfa ho support Dr. Bawumia. What else do you want to hear? After everything that was done to him, Nipa actually also the base any and no. Share voter apathy was one of the reasons why we lost the 2024 elections. Nipa bebre ya di omudi no sabio enye se onam kenapo na so muni ya wo. On hwe down the onam kenapo na se o hwe atani nipa di wachi edi ye na wantimi anka ho hwe na nesa ankofo nyina some appointment. That means you endorse whatever that happened. And when you are the nipa mu, you people should find a way and kill this kind of bitterness in the heart of the opposition. Find a way as soon as possible and do it. Nipa, Papa, Dr. Otibun's were namwe. The issues are causing no. He has want to court and won the issues. Don't play with the base. Don't play with any dissatisfaction against the New Patriotic Party. In this current crisis, you are in a vote deficit of 2 million votes. 2 million votes is not a small number. Yeah. That you need to relax and feel that just within this time you can recover. And then Nipa a more parliament, there are 87 people. They cannot form a quorum in parliament. 2028 elections is going to be one of the hardest elections for the New Patriotic Party unless we Nipa own penokre. One thing I see a caution Nipa a di Bawumia ne and say some members of parliament are more targeted or say you are going to fight them to lose their seat, you know. When you try that nonsense, some we are digging our own grave. We have seen people like Kwame A+. We have seen people from Fomena. We have seen people like Ohene Kwame Asante Achim North. People going independent to win. We lost Ablekumasif not because of anything, no. Apathy. Etimunya careful. If the people that love Kwabena Boateng, Epe Charles Force and Sem, Epe Stika Sem, realize that Bawumia camp Esha Chilesi and your campaign, they will lose their seat fair. But if you don't take care, even if you win the seat, you lose the numbers in those constituencies. That is the reason why Abato Ekotuye, out of the 87 members of parliament here, one. Close to 70 members of parliament or constituencies. It was more than what our flag bearer had. So these are some of the things that should inform the Bawumia camp today. Now, Kokamwa and Namuya Bateria, they don't contribute anything to the party.
I am Kofubi, with all due respect, me unipem at all.
Or for those people, I say,
Obi or no one, Dami Hunu, and then I no Casano. I just did
yeah. But those are the people causing the dissatisfaction in the party.
Yes.
Recently, comments be about Ababon team. I would wish that Nipa to say Justin and I said the acting chairman, they should have condemned that statement as early as per last week Monday. Now, chairman to me in the birthday. In our current situation of the New Patriotic Party, declare it is Bawumia's party. It is Bawumia's party. This is not the time to do that. And what they in so many making that declaration, no? We are the New Patriotic Party. Unity and Kabum, we do not single out. I never heard anything under President Kufuor say this is the President Kufuor's party. This is Nanado's party. That is a comment that the current party leadership should condemn as soon as possible. And Kabuma, it is a fair thing. I would praise the current executives. Some of the issues about when they say Nipa Ekasama, Dr. Bawumia, Nipa Ekasama, other candidates, you know, your core list, we didn't find any of them in there. And I mean by Honorable Agyapong Nkrumah, I know your interview with Kwame Nkrumah or the 25th of May, almost had a comprehensive list. So you say Sankofa they should do that and do that as soon as possible.
Right.
Let kill every differences. Those that we might not be able to gel well going, but on the surface, on the face of everything, we should try to communicate to every new patriotic party member who in one way or the other, they satisfied with something that's happening to the party and say, we are on a road of unity.
Exactly.
Now, so unity, a deliberate and an intentional,
honest
action being taken by the flag bearer and his leadership.
I agree.
Yes, penny for Dr. Educhum, Dr. Brian, Onam Kenyapon, Yamu Obia co-chair. Mepumacho mo ane nyabukumadio. Munko mo fie. No mo nyintum. Na meye news.
Me da say.
Na anye so abetena TV so radio so no why make that appointment no.
Shadrach, nyamishira. On that note, BGD say word to your wise Ubibeka is in the north is enough. Ye nyina ye peni ye. Kwan be na ebe fa so a ebe ye na new patriotic party. Na say next government no ebe on say na ye. Ye da wase na se wenya kwan a wode ahwe yen ene anopai ye sorry jumedie no so na national agenda aba betwa so na mom no yenhwe de ohornom birthday bako ewo hornom yenhwe na infionom ene eye belated happy mother's birthday happy mother's day enkoma Madam Mercy Labi dodo na freno akabi ewo nampon aguna east we fi ukun uma na kobi ho na yede ebom na happy birthday nso enkoma eye Mr. John Jones owusu yebo yenya Jones owusu yebo unyame enshaw na onya okese se wama wonfie ni bi ede aka ho sanso na happy birthday sonkonkoma Honorable David Yaw Mensa CEO Victoria Business Group of Companies. Honorable David Yaw Mensa, happy birthday to you. Onyankopon shiramo na onyamo kese. Aha na edi dwumade ni nyina esi. Yeda ye ho ye njamumu. Yeba na national agenda eto so. Bawade na wafide no koso da ya. Nana ya wasante ebo metina dwumade mu ma kwame bompon. And the other boy is here, Shadrach Forge. Shadrach, the Okabia Nanopa no MPP. And Kencity Media, wouldn't say no, yenisa, anone paye. That was say Unya Quine editing. Jones, Yaboa, Nyakopon, Insha, no your case. Honorable David Yamensa, happy birthday to you. That was say, Yadaya who, Yaba, national agenda is next.